Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I am a sick Jerry. Yeah, again. It just happens. We also have a sick David here. Yeah, see. And we have a totally healthy Max. Yeah, that's... Yeah, it's... David and I are...
It's that young blood.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's his youth. So hence I should be the sickest out of the bunch because I'm super old. Also, got a haircut.
Nice.
Yeah. Now you can.
What? When are you gonna go back to get it finished?
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh God, the laughter never stops.
Yes, my sides. Oh. All right. So, yeah, we should probably talk about Everton at some point. And by the way, my voice is going to go in and out like I'm going through puberty. Just know I'm way past that. I'm like 90 years old, all right? But yeah. Anyway, we have a FA Cup derby preview to get through here, guys, at Anfield. So... Good news for Everton is Coutinho and Salah will not play, right? Is Mane going to be back from the ceremony in Africa that he's going to?
He's meant to be.
He's meant to be?
He's meant to be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I never saw any definitive word online about that, but yeah. So Mane's probably going to be in. Henderson, Moreno... probably going to be out, hurt, whatever. I mean, Klein's been out for a while. Sturridge might be hurt, hard to say. And Van Dijk very well might start.
Yeah.
So, the $75 million man, or £1 million man, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. It's hard to say what their team's going to be because usually, most times in these situations, teams will just start lesser players and rest their best players, but this is a derby and they're kind of pissed at us. So I don't really know what they're going to do. I know Karius is going to start. I know that for a fact because Klopp said that. So we could see Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, or the younger kid. What's his name? Is it Arnold?
Yeah, Alexander Arnold.
Yeah. He's a good little player. Emre Can, Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, Firmino, Mane, and you could probably see Solanke and Milner in there as well, somewhere. I realize it's more than 11. I'm saying some interchanging there. So, yeah, guys, any comments as to what you think Klopp's going to do with his squad, and then we can go into ours?
Well, despite the injuries, some of the players that you're mentioning, Lallana, I think in particular, Oxlade-Chamberlain, possibly even Milner on his day, depending on where he plays, they're still quite capable of producing the interplay and the fluid movements that Liverpool's attacking movements tend to have. So I don't think it's not cut and dry that it's going to be a lot easier for us because, come on, when going to Anfield ever easy for us, they could put out their under-23 squad and we could still struggle to get a result. So I think that the approach from Klopp isn't going to be too much different. Yes, they're going to be without Salah and Coutinho, but in reality, I don't think that changes much of his game plan because they still kind of have that template of football that they apply to every single game.
David, you got anything on this?
Yeah, I think Max has pretty much said it all. I think sometimes irrespective of...
No, I was basically saying, yeah, good job, Max. Now me and Dave are just nope, Max has got it. We have nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that Max is going to have to carry the pair of us through this video anyway. Yeah, I just think irrespective of personnel in the side, they have got strength and depth. I think I do think we've got to find some positives, and definitely Coutinho looking like he's gone, at least being injured, is a good sign. I think it'll be the same without Salah because there's no doubt on Salah's been phenomenal this year. And, you look back on that game last month, and he was the only one who found the net, and it was something special to find it as well. It was a goal that he made himself, and who knows, maybe on another day we win that 1-0 through that penalty that we had.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a boost that he's not in the team. I think they have got other good players in the team, in their side. Sorry, but there's definitely positives to be taken in them not being there. I like that they're changing the goalkeeper as well. I don't think he's particularly worse or better than Mignolet, but when you're not playing as much, you are a little bit rusty. You're not as sharp as you probably would be if you were playing week in, week out. So hopefully we can test them. Just get some shots off, even if they're not from the best of angles. Let's just test them early doors.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll be really curious about, is if they're going to be as efficient in their attack. Sorry, I'm adjusting. I'll be curious if they're going to be as efficient in their attack as they were before. Because that first go round, I mean, they weren't even starting. They didn't start Coutinho that game. Who else? They didn't start Firmino either.
No.
And so they still had good players in, but they still were constantly attacking. And we played so far back that we had very few opportunities anywhere near their box. Luckily, in one of them, Lovren shoved our guy in the back. We just got lucky, I'm really curious to see how their chemistry is going to go if they throw in Solanke and Lallana, who played their last game actually, back from injury, and he was doing really well before he got injured for them. So we're going to see the same formation we always see from them, obviously. But.
Yeah, I feel like the big one tomorrow will be whether he puts in Van Dijk or not, because it feels like it could be too soon. You feel like Klopp's the type who wouldn't put him in straight away, but I think he could make a difference for them. So I'm hoping he stays on the bench.
He's a good player. I'm just curious how his chemistry would go with another center back. Communication is key, but I also thought it would be a really good time for him to start him because it's a cup game, and for them, I would say that Premier League is more important than a cup for them because they're right in the middle of that Champions League, right in the thick of it.
I've got a feeling that Van Dijk's going to start because I mean, Klopp knows, it's not just Klopp, I think everyone knows Everton are nowhere near clinical or as potent as they'd like to be in front of goals.
Good point.
Never mind getting in front of goal, it's getting the ball and producing attacking football. There seems to be a real lack of it, and it really wouldn't surprise me if Everton go 5 at the back for this one. So with possibly, we know it's either going with Tosin pending, it's either going to be Niasse or Calvert-Lewin up front, and I feel like putting Van Dijk in there, as you say, the £75 million man. It's not. It's almost like a label for him to feed off for this big game. No denying it's a big game, so he can come into this game, and I know he's a centre back, so. We're not expecting, Liverpool fans won't be expecting him to win the game on his own, but I certainly do think he can bully whoever we play up front, which, I think Sam's got to look at that and see that is likely to happen if Van Dijk does start.
Yeah, the main criticism that I heard about Liverpool making this purchase was maybe it's not you need to be throwing money at the position, maybe it's your system. Maybe it's just that's the way a Klopp team is going to defend right now, So yeah, I'll be curious to see how Van Dijk does the rest of the season, But you started to get into our next topic, which is how we're gonna line up. You flirted with it. Now let's take it out. Show it a good time. What do you think?
Well, Michael Keane's out, obviously, with stitches in his foot, as Sam said. So, I think that means Mason Holgate's probably going to come into a more central position. Phil Jagielka will come in, and as I say, depending on whether he feels like playing 3 or 5 at the back, I just really do feel like I probably would, if I was Sam, to be honest, go for Jagielka, Holgate and Williams, and probably even try and put Lennon in as a wing back. Just because I know how poor we are going forward, to be honest. We can have Gylfi Sigurdsson and Wayne Rooney on the ball playing brilliant 25, 30-yard passes, but when we've got no one up front that can really latch onto the ball or control it, then I've just really got a feeling it's going to be like the last derby, to be honest, and we're just going to be playing defensively.
Yeah, I can see that. David, what are you thinking?
I think with that 3 at the back, it just ends up becoming 5, as I think you mentioned before, which I genuinely think we got away with it last time, and I think if we go there and just try and sit behind the ball for 90 minutes, I think we'll get beat quite comfortably. It's frustrating because attacking-wise, we don't look a threat, but the difference is we have got Balassi, who's going to be starting tomorrow. We'd like to think so anyway, who can cause a bit of panic when running at him, and I think if we're sitting so far back, we're just going to have a case of Balassi, getting up and down the wing, crossing the ball in, and there'll be nobody there because they haven't caught up with him to get into the box. I think he's got to set it up differently on Friday night, and he's got to maybe look a more attack-minded because, I think we're sitting ducks if he plays defensive as we did last time. It has worked previously. I don't think it'll work again. I wouldn't mind us having a go and maybe getting beat 2-3-0, then not having a go and probably getting beat the same scoreline. So we've got 1 or 2. If Balassi plays, maybe Vlasic could come in. We could have, if he's eligible, Tosin come in as well. We just got a little bit more firepower, not much, but a little bit more to what we had last time. And none of them might even start, but I just think you've got to utilise them at some point, and we've got to set up a little bit differently this time.
I'm thinking he rested some players against United for a reason. But I think I think he's saving them for this game. I think he sees this as a very important game. So I think Kenny's going to be back in. I think DCL will be back in. I think Sigurdsson will be back in. These are players that, and I'm borderline about Lennon because he was benched then too. But I think I agree. I think Balassi will be in, like you said. I don't know. I got a feeling that he's going to go with a really similar formation to the way he has been in the past. My big question is Pickford or Robles. Is he going to roll with our starting keeper or our backup?
No, he'll play Pickford.
You know how sometimes in cups they'll do that.
Yeah.
No, it won't happen in there.
I don't know what you two think, but it seems to be a very European manager kind of thought process that way. I know some English managers do it, but certainly for big games in England, it feels like we kind of stick with, maybe at our level anyway, we'll stick with our best goalkeeper.
Yeah. Plus, I'm thinking, since Robles, heck, he might be gone this month. So that could be a whole different reason not to play him. I think he goes Pickford because he thinks this is an important game. That's the main thing. Pickford, Kenny, and I think it's going to be Holgate and Williams. I don't know. I got to be honest. Last time Jagielka played, I just saw him get outrun to the ball so many times, and his speed was one of the main things about him as a player back, even in recent memory. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm not sure about the pairing of Holgate and Jagielka. Have we seen that yet?
I'm sure we have at some point previously, but I think it's quite clear that in terms of centre-back pairings at the club, I don't think you can look beyond Holgate and Williams because I think, as you've mentioned, in the past, not only did they work well together, they seem like the good mates.
Yeah.
So it bodes well for us. So yeah, I think Holgate and Williams, if we're gonna go forward the back, they'll be the two.
And I'll throw Martina back there because I think it's going to happen. Now, Idrissa Gueye, he was not even on the bench earlier this week. Was that through injury or just Big Sam saying, take a rest, guy?
I think it's
Ah,
Go on, Matt.
No, I just feel, I know. We talked about it before. It just seems like a really peculiar situation that he goes off with a hamstring injury and starts the game, and he's not as big as United. And maybe, as Jerry alluded to, that might be Sam's mentality of it wasn't likely to pick up points against United anyway. But no, if that was the case, then I'd be really disappointed, because it shows kind of the mentality of the club going into a game against Manchester United, not feeling like they can pick up any points. But I hope Gay's fit, because I do feel like if he does play, I'd even start McCarthy ahead of Schneiderlin.
that was literally the next thing I was going to say. He's actually on my card. You can see it. But yeah, just a game. McCarthy, I hope that happens. I hope. I think he earned more playing time last game. Rooney, Sigurdsson, Bolasie, DCL. I think that'll happen. I don't know. But again, we never get these right. We need to stress this. None of us have the insider info. None of us are Big Sam's gravy supplier or anything. We don't feed him, under the table gum, so because he goes through a lot of it. So yeah, we don't really know. All right. Predictions for the score.
1-1. We take them back to Goodson.
Yeah, 1-1. I think in the dream world we go and win the game, but I just can't. I just don't think this side's ready yet. So I think 1-1 is probably our best bet.
And I'm going to say 0-0. We're all picking a draw. Yeah, exciting times here.
Optimistic as well there.
Yeah.
We just, I just don't know what it seems to be with the Seventh side. We seem to have all these players that have such great playmaking abilities. Gylfi Sigurdsson, and we know that Wayne Rooney can pick off a great pass. But with that lack of a clinical man up front, we just feel like we're our best bet just getting a draw.
I'm hoping that Cenk Tosun does get little time, second half. That'd be cool if he's registered in time, which he might not be. We'll see.
I think Tosun's involvement would literally be a game changer for me. I don't even necessarily mean the impact he would have on the game, just the impact he would have on the team if he was on the bench. I think that would be massive. I genuinely do feel like it could be a difference between a result and not a result, but I have to wait and see it. I don't want to say the same stuff over and over again, but we know it's just this mentality thing.
Yeah.
They need to forget about the fact they haven't won there in 19 years and just treat it like a game that can be won in 90 minutes. But I'll have to wait and see.
I'm hoping we can build on the previous result. That's what I'm hoping for. That was my favorite thing about that result, is we did not lose, and that was a positive step.
Yeah,
I really hope we build on the performance, because I think that David said it plenty of times. If we were coming away there, getting beat the 1-0, didn't manage to get the penalty in the end, we would have been really frustrated. But due to the penalty, we were coming away. We handled the game quite well. When in reality, looking back on it, do you want to approach games of that magnitude with such a negative approach? No. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is that kind of even we do it, all three of us have done it, and I suppose maybe it's just because how the game went, but there is this kind of, we look back and it was this smash and grab, we got away with that with the point there, and that's just kind of the mentality we always have every time we get a result. So instead of, as you were saying, building on it, it's we got away with it this time, and I just feel like it'll be the same again, but hopefully not, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Would love to not be cheering only defensive plays this time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for our Cup Derby preview. All right. If you're digging the videos, please subscribe. I mean, we've picked up a lot of subscribers recently, and thank you. The support has been just, makes us feel good. So thanks a lot. Leave a like, leave a comment. We'll connect. love to hear what you think about this game coming up tomorrow. Check out David's stuff on the Sportsman and the Toffee Blues website. Check out Max's stuff on the Toffee Blues website. Yeah, and thanks for the patience. We're 2/3 of us are sick, so yeah. We won't be forever.
Dying, in fact.
Yeah.
You may never see us again this week.
Saying goodbye forever. All right. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.